Royal life isn't all crowns and fairy tales. Some royal women didn't just face criticism, they became deeply disliked, controversial, and endlessly debated. Whether it was breaking rules, challenging tradition, or simply not fitting the image people wanted, today we're counting down the top 10 most hated royal women in history. Queen Letizia of Spain. Before she was ever a queen, Letizia Ortiz was a sharp, no-nonsense TV journalist. And that outsider background never stopped haunting her royal image. From day one, critics branded her as too cold, too ambitious, and too controlling for a crown. Every public appearance sparked debate. Her icy expressions, strict posture, and famously tense body language with King Felipe only fueled rumors of a loveless marriage. Spanish media repeatedly painted her as difficult behind palace doors, with stories of staff clashes and family drama refusing to die down. Her distant relationship with her in-laws, especially Queen Sofia, became a national obsession. Even her ultra-polished fashion sense, once praised, later drew backlash for being overly calculated and unapproachable. To many Spaniards, Letizia didn't feel like a warm, traditional queen. She felt like a CEO running a monarchy. Loved by some for her discipline, but disliked by many for her frosty image, Queen Letizia remains one of the most controversial royal women in modern history. Empress Masako of Japan. Empress Masako entered the Japanese royal family with a brilliant mind and a global future. And that's exactly what made her controversial. A Harvard-educated diplomat, she was expected to quietly abandon her career and fit into one of the world's most rigid royal systems. When she struggled under the pressure, critics cruelly labeled her as weak, unfit, and disobedient to tradition. Her long absences from public life sparked harsh media attacks and public frustration, with many blaming her for not producing a male heir. Instead of empathy, she faced relentless scrutiny, turning her mental health struggles into national gossip. Palace insiders whispered that she didn't adapt fast enough, while others accused her of embarrassing the chrysanthemum throne. Over time, Masako became a symbol of everything conservative Japan feared: a modern woman trapped in an ancient system. Hated by traditionalists, misunderstood by the public, her story remains one of the most heartbreaking royal controversies in history. Princess Stephanie of Monaco. Princess Stephanie of Monaco was never the kind of royal who followed the rulebook. And that's exactly why she became one of the most criticized. As Grace Kelly's rebellious daughter, she shocked Europe with wild relationships, sudden career changes, and a love life that tabloids devoured. From dating bodyguards to circus performers, her choices constantly embarrassed the palace and frustrated Monaco's elite. Critics accused her of treating royal duty like an afterthought, disappearing for long stretches, and showing little interest in formal responsibilities. Her messy romances and public breakups earned her the label of the problem princess, a title that stuck for decades. Even her attempts at music and fashion were mocked as unserious and attention-seeking. To traditional royal watchers, Stephanie symbolized chaos rather than class. Loved by fans for her freedom, but disliked by many for her unpredictability, she remains one of Monaco's most controversial royal figures. Princess Martha Louise of Norway. Princess Martha Louise shocked royal watchers the moment she decided to live life completely on her own terms, and Norway has never stopped arguing about it. From claiming she could communicate with angels to launching spiritual businesses using her royal title, critics accused her of turning royalty into a brand. Things exploded when she openly promoted alternative beliefs that many found dangerous, unscientific, and embarrassing for the monarchy. Her controversial relationship with a self-proclaimed shaman only fueled public outrage, pushing her image from quirky royal to full-blown scandal. Norwegians questioned whether a princess should spread spiritual teachings while benefiting from royal status. The backlash grew so intense that she was eventually forced to step back from official duties. To traditionalists, she crossed every royal boundary imaginable. Bold to some but reckless to many, Martha Louise became one of Norway's most divisive and criticized royal women. Princess Margaret. Princess Margaret was royal drama in human form, glamorous, spoiled, and endlessly controversial. As Queen Elizabeth II's younger sister, she lived in the shadow of duty but openly rebelled against it. Her doomed romance with Peter Townsend turned her into a scandal icon, with many blaming her for putting personal desire above royal rules. Known for her sharp tongue, heavy smoking, and wild party lifestyle, Margaret terrified palace staff and fascinated the press. She treated royal engagements like inconveniences, earning a reputation for being difficult, demanding, and emotionally volatile. Even her marriage to Anthony Armstrong Jones ended in public humiliation and divorce. To the public, she symbolized excess, entitlement, and royal privilege gone wrong. Loved for her style, but criticized for her behavior, Princess Margaret remains one of the most disliked and debated royal women in history. Princess Caroline of Monaco. Princess Caroline of Monaco grew up under a spotlight so intense it almost guaranteed controversy. As Grace Kelly's eldest daughter, she was expected to be flawless. But her personal life told a far messier story. Her string of tragic and scandal-filled relationships, including multiple marriages and heartbreaking losses, kept tabloids locked onto her every move. Critics accused her of being emotionally distant, elitist, and painfully out of touch with ordinary people. Every fashion choice and facial expression was dissected, often painted as cold or superior. Some even claimed she resented her role, carrying royal duty more out of obligation than passion. Respected for her discipline, but disliked for her frosty image, Princess Caroline became one of Monaco's most criticized royal women. Wallis Simpson. Wallis Simpson didn't just upset the British monarchy, she nearly destroyed it. As an American divorcee, she was instantly seen as dangerous, inappropriate, and unacceptable by royal standards. Her relationship with King Edward VIII triggered the most explosive royal scandal of the 20th century, forcing a king to abdicate the throne for love. To the public and the establishment, Wallis became the ultimate villain, the woman who stole a king and shattered tradition. She was accused of being power-hungry, manipulative, and completely uninterested in royal duty. Even after marriage, she was frozen out by the royal family and denied the title of Her Royal Highness, fueling endless resentment. Many believed Edward was obsessed, while Wallis paid the price with lifelong isolation. Loved by Edward, but hated by the crown and the public, Wallis Simpson remains one of the most controversial and disliked women in royal history. Camilla, Queen Consort. For decades, Camilla was branded as the most hated woman in the British royal story, long before she ever became queen. As the third person in Charles and Diana's marriage, she was relentlessly blamed for the collapse of the fairy tale union the world adored. To the public, she wasn't just unpopular, she was the villain in Diana's heartbreak. Tabloids mocked her looks, questioned her worth, and painted her as undeserving of royal status. Even after Diana's tragic death, the hatred didn't fade, and Camilla remained a symbol of betrayal and scandal. Her slow return to public life was carefully managed, yet distrust lingered for years. Many felt she represented everything Diana was not: unglamorous, unapologetic, and permanent. Though time softened opinions, Camilla's rise to Queen Consort remains one of the most controversial chapters in royal history. Meghan Markle. Okay, before you comment and turn on me saying she's not royal anymore. Yes, technically, Meghan Markle stepped back from royal duties, but her impact, backlash, and controversy are still deeply tied to the monarchy, so she absolutely belongs on this list. Meghan Markle entered the British royal family like a modern fairy tale, but the dream turned into a full-blown cultural war. From day one, she was accused of being too ambitious, too outspoken, and too unwilling to know her place. Every outfit, interview, and facial expression was dissected and criticized. Many royal watchers claimed she broke traditions deliberately, while tabloids painted her as manipulative and divisive. Her tense relationship with palace staff and alleged fallouts only fueled the fire. When she and Prince Harry stepped away from royal life, critics accused her of dragging the monarchy into chaos. To supporters, she's a victim of an outdated system. To critics, she's the woman who fractured royal unity. And that level of love, hate, and obsession is exactly why Meghan Markle tops this list. Love them or hate them, these royal women shook the system and refused to fade quietly. Some were misunderstood, some were rebellious, and some changed royal history forever. Tell me who you think was treated the most unfairly, and I'll see you in the next video for more royal drama.